This is Amber and it's a Homestead Diary. It's a little bit chillier out today, not too bad, but we went to the store and bought some potting soil. So it's not very expensive. I think with tax it was like $2.70 a bag. And yet we're finding out that in the woods with the leaf litter, it's actually really good soil. Not too many rocks and, you know, Ozarkian soil or whatever that we've been told. It's not perfect, but you know, with a little bit of, they call it 3 parts. 1 part like sand or dirt, and then 1 part some sort of carbon, which is like wood or, you know, rotting wood, and then 1 part manure that isn't hot. And so John came out here the other day with the Terramite and he dug up rows, and then today we went through and planted the Jerusalem artichokes. And so we just put like a handful of soil in zigzag formation or whatever, or diamond formation or however you'd call it. Less than a foot apart, but we've told it a foot apart would have been better. But we had about 300 little pieces to plant, and so we have made the heads of the walkways with these rocks that we found not only in the woods behind, but also in the beds as we dug them up and put the Jerusalem artichokes in. And then we lined it with some of these tree branches, and this helps us to show our children where the delineated area is. And then we just took a bunch of leaf litter, so we used the branches from back here, and we just took a bunch of leaf litter from the ground and put it on top. And so as you can see, we limbed up the trees so you can see through, and we have a little area for the kids to play over here where they bounce on the branch. There's some spots that, you know, you can enter and exit the garden. I don't know if you see it, but it's a little opening, and so it's kind of nice. I mean, we need to do a little bit of work with, you know, putting the cairns at the end of the actual bed rather than off to the side. But overall, it looks pretty good. The chickens are already been in here scratching away, so that's not good. We might end up having to put some fencing up around it or something, but this is where the kids are going to be playing. And then we'll eventually maybe end up doing other beds along this tree line. We've heard that doing things along the tree line actually helps with frost. And so to reduce the amount of frost that will potentially impact the new plants. And so we'll limb these trees up next, and then we'll continue around here. And we'll eventually end up putting garden beds in along this wood line, this tree line. And then there's another area that we can use as garden beds over here. So we'll probably remove or get rid of the tire. I'm not sure what we'll use that for, but and then we have a scrap metal pile here. And so in general, we have a lot of brush now. So you can see our brush piles are huge. They call him Big Red, but we call him Little Red because he's not that big. And then we have a bunch of piles over there. But, you know, we also found a bunch of metal in the woods that we pulled out from old buildings or whatever used to be there. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. The 13th row is a little bit short, tiny. But my brother was the 13, you know, he would mark his name with a B, you know, because his name is Brooke, and he passed on. And so it's kind of neat to think about things in our lives that correlate with loved ones. past experiences. And I just absolutely love the idea that we are going to be growing our own food, since this is pretty much our first bed here in Missouri. And in Oregon, we had a lot of raised beds, and we had a lot of gardens and rock gardens and potatoes and, reoccurring, and, fruit trees. And now we're kind of starting over here. And that's okay. We work hard, and, we don't take from other people, and we just do our own thing most of the time, and we'll make our own way. But more hands makes lighter work, of course, but more hands also make more drama. So my husband and I work pretty darn hard, and we are doing pretty good so far for just being here for such a little amount of time. So I hope that you have a blessed day, and that you have learned a little bit about Jerusalem artichokes, and about how to manage them and plant them right away, and how to protect them, and you'll have a food source that is perennial, and that they'll continue to produce. And they actually really do taste a little bit like artichokes, and so they actually have a little bit of a sweetness, in comparison to potatoes. Potatoes don't really have much of a taste, and they require a little bit more work. And so these things are going to be amazing. I can't wait to see them start poking their little shoots out from these piles of leaves. I'm so excited. So I hope you have a absolutely blessed day, and get outside and do stuff, please. It will make the difference between happiness and sadness, I swear. Bye.